I am sitting here with an impressive man, Peter Csathy.
Very.
Man of two titles, President and CEO of Sorenson Media. Peter, thanks for joining me.
Good to be here, thanks.
So give me sort of an update on Sorenson. You, this week, released Sorenson 8?
Last week we released Sorenson Squeeze 8.
Okay.
Yeah, version 8. Which is a major update, of course, to our flagship product that we've had out in the marketplace since 2001.
It's even more awesomeness.
It is beyond awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me the dirt. Why is it so awesome?
If you want the supercharged, highest quality video transcoder encoding application, then that's Squeeze.
Okay.
Squeeze from the very beginning, we really created the space with the desktop video application market for the video professional. This is back in the day in 2001, yes, and following our legacy of really mainstreaming internet video with our codec technology. And so we've evolved it over time, but it's always been known as being the gold standard, fortunately. And when you're a smaller company going up against the big industry titans, you need to always have the highest quality. So we focus on quality first and foremost. And with the latest version, it's faster, higher quality with X.264 also now. And then the big story for us is strategically, it really starts to tie into our other products. So we are now very focused on the enterprise space, taking that same core Squeeze technology and putting it into behind the firewall for those enterprises who have their own servers, but also taking that into the cloud and hybrid models. And so we really see ourselves, and customers see ourselves, as being the first enterprise-grade cloud-based video transcoding service.
That's what I was going to ask, because I mean, cloud computing is sort of the cat's meow these days. Everybody's providing cloud solutions for every aspect of business. So in that cloud scenario, I mean, this video will be, let's say, 8 gigs once I edit it, and I have my Final Cut.mov. So in that scenario, would I literally be pushing the 8 gig file into the cloud, or?
You will be able to take your video files and, yes, large file sizes like that, get them up into the cloud, and we have fast file upload to enable that, because that's a critical piece of it, of course. And then you have all the wonderful things that we can do in the cloud and the expertise that we uniquely have as a company, because our team has been doing it longer than just about anybody. They're experts when it comes to the encoding and transcoding side, but also just in terms of cloud experience and scalability and all the kinds of things that you hear about that are enabled by the cloud. It is kind of a catch-all, but for us it really, really matters. And when you look at we were talking a little bit about this, about streaming media and how it's evolved. It's more important than ever because of the multi-screen world, and at the end of the day, everybody needs to reach anybody, if it's not face-to-face like this, through video, because that just enables a completely different kind of engagement. And if you're trying to reach anybody with video, then it's the multi-screen world. It's all the added complexity that continues to proliferate. The cloud uniquely enables that because of the flexibility and all the other things.
So your sales team in the enterprise world, sort of what types of companies are they focused on, and what do you see the mix of companies that want sort of to control the solution behind their firewall and the companies that want the cloud solution?
It's really a broad mix, and you look at the historical Squeeze base. We are used on the desktop side and now in the enterprise side by over 70 Fortune 100 companies. 2/3 of the U.S. major broadcasters.
Toot your horn, give me some names.
Okay, some of the names that we have are NBC, as an example. NBC has hundreds of Squeeze copies. Companies like Hulu have used our, not a Fortune 100 company, but have used our products
Prominent
over the years.
Space.
Yeah, yes, very prominent in this space, and becoming more so. Then you look at companies like Technicolor, multi-billion-dollar international, global companies, and they use our products. So when you have a base of over 70 Fortune 100 companies and 2/3 of the major broadcasters, that's a wonderful asset for us to have, and it's broad, but all of these companies are looking for the video solutions for the reasons that we were talking about. And media and entertainment is certainly a primary vertical for us. We've been always used by production, post-production, significant users of our products, and then you look at the major studios and it's the same kind of thing you see there. So it's across the board, but certainly in terms of a focus for us on the enterprise side, media and entertainment, absolutely, squarely in our sights.
So with those companies, since the cloud stuff's relatively new, let's say 3 years from now, you said you have 74 of the Fortune 100 or something?
Over 70 Fortune 100 companies.
Over 74. So of those 70, let's say 69 currently have the behind the firewall solution. Fast forward a couple years, what do you think the mix is going to be?
I think the mix is going to be vice versa. It's going to be flipped.
So
not everybody's going to...
Almost all of them.
Well, no, I wouldn't say... That's a little bit extreme. It's going to take time, certainly, because there's a lot of comfort that's needed in terms of... And control, concerns about control, understandably, about now taking the assets in the cloud, security, all of the kinds of issues that you read about. But as more and more companies do it, and I'll give you an example again, Technicolor, multi-billion-dollar company servicing the needs of the media and entertainment business. And the way they're utilizing our technology, which is cloud-based, is to enable digital dailies. So you have your video production shoots that you're very familiar with, television side, motion picture side, and historically that's been very very turn of the century, back the previous century, which is, for security reasons, the production would take the video, burn it onto a DVD, and for review and approval and collaboration, they would literally take that disc and they would courier it across town to the producer, to the representative, or they would FedEx it wherever that person is who's remote. And then it would be an old world way of review and approval, where comments would be given on the telephone, write it on a notepad or whatever. So, fast forward to what Technicolor was looking to do, and based on the needs of the customers, the media and entertainment companies, is harness the power of the cloud, take those files, fast transfer up into the cloud, because that's critical, so you can have near real-time review and approval and collaboration, but wrapping it in all kinds of security so that you feel safe taking this prime motion picture and television content that's worth millions of dollars and that can't get out, it cannot be leaked out, wrapping that in the security that's necessary to make enable the media and entertainment companies to feel comfortable with that. But now you can transcode it, optimize the delivery and auto-detect the device that it's being sent to. So now I'm the producer. I'm out in the field, I have my iPad, I have my iPhone, and I am able to have this securely delivered video file and collaborate wherever I am in the world, and that's empowering. So you see that... And
I can put notes in there.
You can put notes in there, of course.
Because I know, for example, the new Final Cut, I think, it can handle XML, and sort of, so I could do like markers and notes online, and then theoretically the editor could import my markers so they know exactly when to do what they need to do.
Right. No, that's the exact same thing here. That you can, it's the real-time markers, and which is necessary, of course, for the collaboration to really take hold. So now, the point, going back to your initial question, is that you have a company like Technicolor serving the media and entertainment world as just one partner of ours. You see various productions get comfortable with this, and then that proliferates because other productions see the power and what is uniquely enabled by this kind of a service. They get more comfortable that others are comfortable with it, and on and on and on. And so while going way back to what you were saying, I don't see it being flipped in the numbers like that, but certainly in the next 3 years, I see the majority of workflows going into the cloud. You will always have behind the firewall, but it will be a gradual transition. Once the companies get comfortable with it after getting a taste of it, then more and more the workflow will go there for all the reasons, the flexibility, the scalability, but also just the cost implications and just the management of it. Think about it. If you're one of these Fortune 100, any enterprise, the continuous training, the continuous expertise necessary to stay on top of the game for video delivery, and that's just one aspect of what you're responsible for, is massive undertaking. So why not go with a company that's what their sole focus is? And this gets back to, we're in a really good position because we have a brand name that has been known for the mainstreaming of internet video, and because getting back to the desktop application. So we have hundreds of thousands of users with that kind of a base, and that's powerful. It gets us a seat at the table. They believe we can do what we can do, and then we got to close the deal.
Yeah. In generalities, with all your customers, where are they telling you the most explosive growth is in terms of where their video is being consumed? Is it on iPad specifically, or iOS devices, or just tablets and smartphones in general?
Yeah, it's clearly in the mobile side. You see the mobile world that's driving so much of this, and just the sheer volume of video that is being consumed, but also not just consumed, but also generated by you and I. So all the UGC content, but the massive numbers are with this screen that's with you 24 hours a day. You walk around and you see everybody constantly on their smartphones, and now people are really watching videos of all kinds, where just a few years back, I remember, not many years ago, not everybody, but many people were doubting whether people would really watch a television show or a motion picture on a smaller screen. So they're doing it on their smartphones, but look at the tablet. The video, of course, is the killer app. And then you have, the Kindle Fire coming out in a few days, and all these things supercharge it and accelerate that even more. And then if you don't mind, I want to pontificate about one more thing. On the UGC side, because I think this is a massive opportunity, and we do over at Sorenson, which is you and I are taking our videos ourselves. We're capturing HD video through our smartphones. I don't know what your family situation is, but I have 2 kids. And so now it's very powerful. I don't have to think about taking my camcorder out. I'm with my wife, we're walking around, I can just shoot a video. But what do consumers do with that video? What can they do? How do they easily get it off their device? How do they easily manage it, archive it, share it, while not dumbing down the video quality? And we see a really big market for having a seamless service that's tied together with the hardware, so that with just one click, one touch, that video is sent up into the cloud, into a service that, this is not a YouTube service, this is secure, your private video archives, so that you can securely archive it, manage it, but then share it with anybody on any device or screen. And that's increasingly going on into the living room too, on the big screen. So the quality is absolutely critical, because you can't do that today with email or SMS. Sure.
Well, let me ask you this then: is Sorenson going to create sort of that $4.99 iPhone or iPad app that I can use to shoot and upload my video to my Sorenson cloud account?
It's
is there a consumer play here for you?
Stay tuned.
Or would you partner with the companies who are sort of already creating those types of apps?
Well, so we're already partnered with Shutterfly. So Shutterfly, obviously not bundled in the hardware, but we are the video Shutterfly. And we're seamlessly integrated, we're white labeled, and that's core to our strategy, is partner with the best companies in the world that have global reach. Shutterfly is massive in the United States. So you look at what's a logical extension of this. Consumer electronics space, absolutely. So you look at the big consumer electronic manufacturers, and you want to create this seamless, very Apple-like experience. Let's face it, Apple very much perfected that. And it shows that you have to have this seamless marriage of the hardware and the software. So if you have this HD video capture, why not have that bundled? So consumer electronic companies, absolutely. We believe that we have a very strong story there, because the core of delivery is the encoding, transcoding, which gets back to the heart of our expertise. So partnering, yes, and I wouldn't rule anything else out.
So everything's on the table. You could eventually compete with your partners.
We would serve a different market segment than our partners, but we don't have any plans there. We have the technology that can make that happen today. If we wanted to go directly to the consumer, we could absolutely do that.
All right, Peter, well, thank you. I appreciate the time, and I will see you at Streaming Media East in a couple months.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for the time.